Alright, this is page... Oh, what page is it? Where are we? This is part 3 of adding and subtracting, but it's actually part... well, it says part 2. It's part 3 for us. Because we had a shortened day because of E-block, but we're still adding, we're still subtracting, we're doing some simplifying in here too of rational expressions. What's the difference now? We're going to have some more complex denominators. We want to factor those and then simplify them if we can, and if not, well, that's going to affect our lowest common denominator. Okay, so something we had the other day, we had something like this. What's the lowest common denominator? If you don't see it, you can do this. Okay, that'll work. How many times does 5x go into this? 10x times. You're just going to have more simplifying to do. How many times does 10x go into this whole denominator? 5x times. 3 times 5x. So I have 30x minus 15x on the top, and the denominator, let's keep it like it is. Okay, what can I do now? Well, I can factor something out of the top. I can take 15x out. That goes in there twice. That goes in there once. Yeah, I know that's an odd way of doing it, but let's see what happens. And on the bottom, well, now I probably want to go 10 times 5 is 50. X times x is x squared. 2 minus 1 in the brackets. That's just 1. Get rid of it. X cancels with this x. Okay. So then 15, 5 goes in there. 3 times 5 goes in there 10 times. So what do I have? 3 over 10x. Once again, I forgot my non-permissibles. X can't be 0. Okay, and it's still got an x down in the denominator, so this will still work if I look at my answer. So it'll work, but if you can see that the lowest common denominator, we don't need to write all this. All I need here is 10x. It'll make life a lot easier. You just have less simplifying to do. Okay? Is that the smallest thing that these both go into? Yes. 5x goes into 10x how many times? What is 10x divided by 5x? It's 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Minus, how many times does 10x go into itself? Once. 1 times 3 is 3. Okay, that's a lot less writing, isn't it? Than all of this. So you should try to find your lowest common denominator. Okay, just like before, right? If I had 2/4 minus, 1/2, you probably want to find the lowest common denominator. Would it be wrong to go, I don't know what it is, so I'm just going to multiply them? No, you could use that, right? They both go into 8. You just have more simplifying to do later on. All right? So, what's the lowest common denominator between this and this? Again, you could multiply these together, but you probably want to make it as nice on yourself as possible. First, simplify it. Okay? So I don't need to write a common denominator of 5x plus 5 times 2x plus 2. My lowest common denominator here is just 10x plus 1. How many times does this go into this? Twice. 2 times 4 is 8. How many times does 2x plus 1 go into 10x plus 1? 5 times. 5 times 3 is 15. 8 and 15 is 23 over 10x plus 1. Can't simplify it anymore. Okay, so I'm done. And what's my restrictions? Well, this one's a little tricky to look at. Let's look here. X can't be negative 1. X can't be negative 1. And I'm done. Okay, this one's already foiled for us. I'm not going to run through and do this one. I just want to see what my lowest common denominator is. I need to have one of these factors. I need to have one of those factors. I need to have one of these factors. And x minus 2, I already have it. Okay? So it wouldn't be wrong if I put it again, but I'd be simplifying a lot more later on than I need to. Okay? That's already here, so don't write it twice. That's the lowest common denominator. Again, that's the smallest thing that this goes into. Let's just write that out. Okay? This goes into my lowest common denominator. How many times? It goes in there x plus 4 times. That's pretty messy, right? That's what it means. Let's backtrack a bit. Okay. How many times? Well, I said I wasn't going to do it, but since I'm talking about it. Okay, so this goes in here that many times by 5. Plus, okay, how many times, let's use a different color. How many times does this denominator go into my lowest common denominator? X plus 4, x minus 2, cancel, cancel, x plus 1 times. Okay? And like some people have said before, well, it's kind of like you're looking for the one that isn't already here. Yeah, that's right. X plus 4, I got it. X minus 2, I got it. I don't have this one. That's the one I'm going to multiply this by. Looking at the red one, okay, x minus 2, I have that one. X plus 1, I have this factor. Here's the one I don't have. That's what I'm going to multiply 5 by. Okay? Simplify the top, reduce it down, see what you get. Let's go on to this guy. All right? So, this is the big part of this lesson. Trinomial denominator. You want a factor first. Not only for restrictions like we did before, but with any luck, not in this case, but sometimes you'll get something to cancel right away on the numerator. Okay, and that's nice. And how else are you going to do it? That's pretty tough. You don't want to multiply this by this, do you? That would be crazy. So, what two numbers multiply to 2 times 1 and add to negative 3? Negative 2 times negative 1 times multiplies to positive 2, and those add to negative 3. So y minus 2, y minus 1. Okay, the second guy. What two numbers multiplies to negative 2 and adds to 1? How about 2 and negative 1? Let's check it. Y squared, check. Minus y plus 2y is plus 1y, check. 2 times negative 1 is minus 2, okay? It's always a good idea to check this one too. Y squared minus 3y plus 2, okay? This is the same as this, okay? It's a good idea to always check. Now, what's my lowest common denominator? This, y minus 2, this, y minus 1, this, y plus 2, y minus 1, I've already got it, so don't bother writing it again. How many times does this go into this? Which one's missing? Got that one, y plus 2 times. So that times 1 plus, how many times does this go into this denominator? Which one's missing here? Y minus 2. So 3 times y minus 2. Okay, expand that guy out. I have y plus 2 plus 3y minus 6 all over y minus 2, y minus 1, y plus 2. Keep going. Y and 3y is 4y. 2 minus 6 is minus 4 all over the same thing. Can I do more? Yep, I could factor a 4 out at the top. Okay, take a 4 out. I got a y minus 1. Okay, and I think I have one in the denominator. What a coincidence. They're giving us something to factor out. Okay, bingo. Cancel out that factor, and that's about as nice and pretty as we can make this. Once again, what did I forget? What can't y be for this to work? We want to go back to here. Okay? Here, well, if you see what y can't be for this thing to equal 0, you're better than I am. Okay? Take me a few minutes to figure that out. Here it's easy. Y can't be 2, can't be 1, can't be negative 2, and it can't be 1 again. I already have the 1. Okay? So it can't be 1 or plus or minus 2. As long as it's any other number other than 1 or plus or minus 2, this thing's fine. You can see that I lost this restriction by canceling this out, right? So this is why you want to do it first, not after. Alright, numbers 1 to 6, odd letters, and that's it for addition, subtraction. You'll probably like multiplication quite a bit better. That's going to be Monday.